Stop trying to make money painting furniture by painting everything. That sounds weird, but picking the wrong piece can turn a fun flip into hours of work for less than pizza money. If you've ever looked at an old dresser on the side of the road, a dusty nightstand at a thrift store, or a Facebook marketplace listing with ugly brown wood and thought, I could make that look way better, you're not wrong. People are making real money painting furniture, not magic internet money, real money, the kind that can start as extra cash on weekends and grow into a real side hustle. But there's a catch. Most beginners do way too much work, pick the wrong furniture, charge the wrong price, and then wonder why the whole thing feels like carrying a sofa up the stairs with one sock on. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to actually make money painting furniture the smart way. We're talking about what pieces sell best, where to find them cheap, how to paint them so buyers want them, how to price them without guessing, where to sell them fast, and the one mistake that makes a lot of people quit before they ever make decent money. Let's get one thing straight right away. You are not really in the furniture painting business. You are in the ugly to useful business. That is the game. Nobody pays more just because you spent 7 hours lovingly sanding the backside of a drawer that no human being will ever look at. They pay because the piece solves a problem. It fits their room, looks clean, feels fresh, and saves them from buying some flat pack thing that comes in a box with instructions written like a treasure map. That means the money is not in paint alone. The money is in choosing the right piece, doing the right amount of work, and making it look like something people can picture in their home. That's why step one is not grabbing a brush. Step one is picking better furniture. The best furniture to paint for profit is usually simple, useful, and easy to move. Dressers, nightstands, small side tables, coffee tables, entry tables, bookshelves, desks in decent shape. Kids' furniture can work too. These pieces sell because people actually need them. They fit in cars, apartments, bedrooms, and first homes. They solve normal people problems. The worst pieces for beginners are giant entertainment centers, super heavy armoires, broken junk with missing parts, and anything so damaged it needs a full rescue mission. Also be careful with trendy looking trash. A piece can look cute in your head and still sit unsold for 2 months because nobody wants to haul it home. When you're starting, look for pieces with 3 things. First, strong bones. That means it's sturdy, no wild wobble, no legs about to retire. Drawers should work, or at least be fixable without turning into a weekend drama. Second, clean lines. Simple pieces are easier to modernize. Furniture with basic shapes gives you more freedom. A plain dresser can become farmhouse, modern, coastal, vintage, or whatever style your local buyers like. Third, low repair needs. A few scratches, fine. Old knobs, easy fix, ugly color, perfect. But broken veneer, peeling like sunburned skin, deep water damage, or missing chunks of wood. That can eat all your profit before you even open the paint can. Now, where do you find this stuff? Honestly, almost everywhere. Facebook Marketplace is huge. Craigslist in some places, thrift stores, yard sales, estate sales, local auctions, curbside finds, family members who are tired of that old thing in the garage. Sometimes the best pieces are free because people just want them gone. And that's your first little secret in this business. Your profit starts when you buy, not when you sell. If you overpay for a piece, the whole flip feels like running on a treadmill in winter boots. You're working hard, but you're not getting very far. A lot of beginners get excited and think, I can totally turn this dresser into something amazing. And they spend too much because they're buying with emotion. You need to buy with math. Always ask yourself, after the cost of the piece, the paint, the hardware, sandpaper, brushes, cleaning supplies, your time, and maybe delivery, can this still sell for a good profit? That question should follow you around like a strict grammar. Now let's talk about what actually makes painted furniture sell. It is not always the fanciest finish, it is not always the boldest colour, and it is definitely not doing 50 extra things just because a video online made it look fun. Most buyers want clean, fresh, neutral, and easy to live with. Whites, creams, black, soft grey, navy, sage green, warm beige. Those tend to be safe. That does not mean every piece has to look like it came out of the same living room. But if your goal is money, not self-expression therapy, paint for the buyer, not for your mood that day. That's a big shift. Because a lot of people start painting furniture like artists, and there's nothing wrong with that. But buyers usually shop like practical people. They want to imagine the piece in their room in 5 seconds. If your dresser is painted bright orange with zebra stripes and gold flames, yes, someone out there might love it. But that person may take 3 months to show up, and meanwhile your garage is starting to look like a weird little museum. Simple sells faster. Now let's get into the work itself, because this is where money gets made or lost. The first step is cleaning. And I know cleaning is not sexy, nobody dreams of degreasing old furniture, but old pieces hold onto years of dust, wax, oils, smoke, mystery grime, and the sticky fingerprints of history. If you skip this, your paint job can fail, chip, or look rough. So clean first, always, then prep. This is where people either save the flip or ruin it. You do not always need to sand a piece down to raw wood like you're trying to erase its past life, but you usually do need enough prep for paint to stick well. That might mean light sanding, filling holes, tightening hardware, fixing drawers, and priming when needed. Good prep is like brushing your teeth. Nobody claps for it, but everybody notices when it's missing. Then, painting. Use the right paint for furniture, not just whatever lonely can is sitting in the shed. Good furniture paint matters, because it helps with coverage, durability, and finish. You want something that levels nicely and holds up to normal use. Brush, roller, or sprayer can all work. Beginners often do fine with a small roller and a good brush. Sprayers are fast and smooth, but they also bring setup, cleanup, overspray, and the feeling that paint dust is now part of your personality. The trick is not just painting, it's painting cleanly. Thin, even coats. Let it dry. Do not rush. Sand lightly between coats if needed. Fix drips. Keep edges smooth. Pay attention to drawer fronts and tops, because buyers always look there and finish the job. A protective top coat can matter a lot depending on the piece and the paint. A coffee table gets used differently than a decor table that just holds a lamp and vibes quietly in the corner. Now here's where beginners usually think, okay, so I just make it look nice and sell it. Not quite. To make money painting furniture, you need to understand value. There are 2 kinds, real value and invisible value. Real value is obvious. Good color, nice hardware, smooth finish, a piece that feels updated. Invisible value is the stuff the buyer feels without saying it out loud. Clean drawers that slide right, no weird smell. A stable piece that doesn't rock, a height that works beside a bed, storage that solves clutter. That's why useful furniture wins. People do not just buy a painted dresser. They buy a cleaner looking bedroom and one less headache. So how much should you charge? This is the part that scares people, because nobody wants to look silly with their price. But pricing gets easier when you stop pulling numbers out of the air. Start with your total cost. The piece itself, supplies, paint, hardware, fuel if you picked it up, any delivery cost, and maybe platform fees if you're selling online. Then add the value of your labor. And yes, your time counts. If you spend 6 hours on a piece and make $20 total, that is not a business. That is a hobby wearing work boots. Now, I'm going to say something that saves people a lot of pain. Do not price based on effort alone. Price based on what the market will actually pay. You may spend 10 hours painting a giant cabinet, But if people in your area only pay $200 for painted cabinets, then those 10 hours do not magically turn into a premium price. This is why small flips are often better. Faster work, easier pickup, more buyers, quicker turnover. Check your local market. Search similar painted dressers, side tables, and nightstands. What colors sold? What styles moved fast? What price range looks normal? You want to live where your skill, your speed, and your local demand overlap. That sweet spot is where the money is. A really smart way to start is with pairs of nightstands. These are gold when you find them cheap. People love matching pairs. They're useful, not too huge, and they often sell faster than single random pieces. Small dressers and console tables can be great too, big enough to feel valuable, small enough to move. Now let's talk about where to sell. Facebook Marketplace is the big dog for many people because furniture is local, and local means no giant shipping nightmare. You can also try local selling groups, Instagram if you build a page, consignment shops in some areas, flea markets, vendor booths, or even word of mouth once people start seeing your work. But for most beginners, local platforms are the easiest place to start. And your listing matters way more than people think. Bad photos can kill a good flip. Take pictures in good light. Natural light is your best friend. Clean background. Show the whole piece. Show the drawers open. Show details. Show the top. Show the hardware. If possible, stage it a little. Nothing crazy. A lamp, a plant, a clean wall, just enough to help people picture it in a home. You're not selling wood and paint. You're selling a feeling. Calm bedroom, fresh entryway, cute office corner. That picture in their head helps them buy. Your title should be simple and clear. Painted dresser, sage green nightstands, black farmhouse console table. Do not write a novel. Your description should cover size, condition, color, number of drawers, and pickup details. Be honest. If there's a small flaw, say it. Trust sells. Now here comes the problem that knocks a lot of people flat. They start making furniture look better, but they are not actually making money. This happens for a few reasons. One, they spend too much time on low-value pieces. Two, they buy furniture that is too damaged. Three, they over-customize and narrow their buyer pool. Four, they underprice because they're afraid. Or five, they do the opposite and overprice because they're emotionally attached after spending all weekend with a paintbrush and 3 backaches. This is where the business side has to show up. Track your flips. Write down what you bought, what you spent, how many hours you used, where you found the piece, what color you painted it, how long it took to sell, and what profit you made. This sounds boring. Good. Boring makes money because after a few flips, patterns jump out. You might learn that black nightstands sell in 3 days, but white desks sit forever. You might find that changing hardware gives a huge boost while distressing furniture takes extra time and barely adds value. You might realize coffee tables look easy, but get beat up fast and need stronger finish work. That kind of data turns guessing into strategy. And here is the biggest challenge of all. It is very easy to confuse being busy with being profitable. You can spend all week sanding, painting, posting, answering messages, meeting buyers, and still not make much. That's why the goal is not to do more work. The goal is to do better flips. The best furniture painters for profit are not always the most creative. They're often the most selective. They know what to say yes to. They know when to leave a piece behind. They know when a free dresser is actually expensive because it needs too much repair. They know that a fast $100 profit done 3 times can beat one giant, complicated flip that eats 2 weeks of life. That is the key moment. This business gets way easier when you stop asking, how can I make this piece amazing? And start asking, how can I make this piece sell? That question changes everything. It changes what you buy. It changes how much work you do. It changes your colors, it changes your pricing, and it changes your stress. Because once you understand that you are flipping for demand, not for applause, your decisions get sharper. Let's say you find a solid wood dresser for $30. Great shape, just ugly. You clean it, do the prep right, paint it a soft, warm white, add simple black hardware, line the drawers if needed, take bright, clean photos, and list it for a fair local price. That piece has a clear buyer, a parent fixing up a kid's room, a renter wanting better storage, somebody furnishing a guest room. Normal people with normal needs, that is what you want. Not every piece needs to become a showpiece. Some of your best money will come from making ordinary furniture look clean, useful, and easy to love. And once you get some wins, you can grow from there. Maybe you offer custom colors, maybe you do commissions, maybe you build a small page showing before and after flips. Maybe local real estate stagers or shop owners notice your work. Maybe you pick one style and become known for it. But the base stays the same. Buy smart, prep right, paint clean, price with your brain. Sell what people already want.